Welcome to the Mother-Daughter-ish podcast. It's your mama's favorite podcast.
And the podcast your daughter always wanted.
This is Miss Dawn.
And Angelique.
From the 713. Houston, y'all. Get connected and stay connected weekly as new shows debut on Sunday, Wednesday, and please check out our Saturday Out and About showcases.
Enjoy the show. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, and tell every woman on the planet that you know about our show.
Here's our show
Hey,
for
mothers
today.
and daughters. Guess what? We have something exciting for 2024 that I just want to remind you of. And it's leap year. 2024 is going to bring in leap year. Of course, it happens every 4 years. And I am just here to encourage you to do something exciting for leap year. You know, 2024, the next time will be 2028. I mean, I've gone skydiving. I've done all kinds of things during leap year. And it just makes that memory that on the years that it's only February 28th that I'm just like, that was that 1 year. So I love that 2024 is going to bring us 366 days of the year. And so I kind of just wanted to go through some ideas of what you could do for leap year in case you hadn't thought about it. Now, on leap day, February 29th, 2024, I'll be wearing all green. First, let me tell you what I was going to do. We have this alpine coaster that's in, well, I should say near New Braunfels, Texas, which is about 2 hours from me. I was going to go up there and do the alpine coaster and go through the hill country and do that. But then when I looked at their calendar, when I went to go and book it last month, they're not even open on that day. They don't even have it on their calendar as a day that's available. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm make a phone call next week, and I'm just going to verify that just maybe they forgot that it's going to be leap year, and so they didn't put it on their calendar as a day open, or they're just going to pretend like that day doesn't exist or something like that. So maybe that's what's going to happen. But if they are not going to be available, then I have decided that I'm going to go on a train ride. I'm going to do a half-a-day train ride through the woods and all of that stuff in Texas, which is, it's not going to be very far from me. It's actually maybe about 2.5 hours from where I live, but we have a Texas rail system that still runs the steam train. Now, I remember one year in Austin, I got on the little kiddie train, and the reason I call it kiddie train is because it literally goes down the track. They give you a little story, and then it comes back up the track. So it's not even, anything all that exciting. But that's what I'm going to be doing. I've already got my room. Oh, you know what? That reminds me, I need to unbook my room for New Braunfels and rebook it for Palestine, Texas, because that's where the train is. So it's in Palestine, Texas. But that's what I'm going to be doing. But I'm just here to kind of give you a little bit of encouragement on maybe doing something for the new year. I think it would be kind of funny, to have a leap day activity, even if that's with your family, even if it's that staying home, even if that's, turning off all of your devices and not taking phone calls and not reading social media. I know on that day I won't be taking phone calls. I won't be on social media. I won't be doing emails or anything. I will have my phone for photos and videos and things like that, and film a video while I'm doing what I'm doing and upload it for you mothers and daughters to see. But other than that, I'm just going to pretend like the day doesn't exist, because truly in 2025 it won't. So anyway, for leap year, there are several things that you could do to kind of make it memorable for you, because again, it's only every 4 years. So, if you're in business, maybe do something for $29. Maybe do something $29 a month, like you have a program now that's $50. Maybe do it for $29 a month for 90 days. Or if you sell something for, $40 or $50 or whatever, do a $29 day special. I remember one year I did a $29 30-minute coaching session for my clients, and I'm telling you, it was almost like a 24-hour type of thing that happened. I started at midnight and didn't finish until about 11 o'clock that day. So it was like a 24-hour, kind of like a marathon that I was doing, and people could call me, and they had appointments. They prepaid their $29, of course, and then they could call me and ask me business questions, and you could only ask one question, so you had to be very careful what question you were going to ask. And so I did that pretty much for 24 hours. Really awesome. So um, 30-minute call, and I'm telling you, I was booked that entire day. It was really fun, and I took that $29 from each one of those clients, and I just, updated some office supplies and things like that. So think of the 29th as kind of like a, I'm doing air quotes, special extra day, and then it would be a great way to just kind of do something, for those who have like a dollar product. You could do a 29 cent, or you could do something 29 times something, or 29% off, or $29 off, free shipping for orders $29 over. You know what I'm saying? Buy one thing, get the next one for $29 or 29 cents or whatever. Two for 29. Promoting those $29 offers. I think it's really, really cool. Now, be aware there are going to be companies that are going to have like their food specials where they'll have 29 cent or $29 food specials, and I'm going to be looking forward to doing some activities out in Palestine, Texas, as I do the railroad. Now, I did go on last night to look to see how much the tickets were, and if you want real exclusivity for a group of, I think 8, it was like $900 or something like that. But just for one ticket, which will be me unless somebody decides to tag along with me, but just for one ticket was, I think, $87 or something like that. It's a whole situation, and that's for a private cabin, like the presidential suite or whatever. Now, let's get into it, because it is Christmas Eve today. So Merry Christmas Eve to you all, mothers and daughters. And so I won't take up too much of your time, but I just thought this would be fun to just remind you. You could write a letter to your future self. Now, I have seen a lot of this on different social medias where people say, well, what would you tell your future self? My answer is always, I'm not going to tell her nothing, because she's not going to listen. She is a I have to learn for myself type of chick. She is a I will use my own discernment and my own intuition and my own spirit within me to tell me what to do. Please don't come with that write letters to my future self or tell my future self anything, because she ain't going to listen. If you're like that, then this won't work for you. But writing a letter to your future self, and you could even put a spin on it and say, to your future self in 29 years. Now listen. I'm 51. In 29 years, I'm going to be real old, okay? I'm going to be real old. So for me, that would actually be a fun thing to write a letter to myself. But the question is, where would you put it or hide it so that you even remember in 29 years that you wrote the letter? So maybe you write in your diary or on your calendar, that, because I have calendars all the way back to 1990 something, my annual calendars, because when I go back and look at the things that I've done, I just feel so accomplished. And I said to myself in 2024 that I'm going to actually take all of those calendars and I'm going to make a list of all the things that I've accomplished, and from there I'm going to do a whole show about it, just to congratulate myself. And maybe I'll do that around my birthday, since I'll be in Bali for a month. I'll have plenty of time to just kind of chill. The next thing you could do is make a time capsule. I remember when my kids were in elementary school, they did these time capsules that were supposed to go for 10, 20, 50 years, whatever. And I thought that was so cool. I thought it was awesome. The kids really loved it. They had fun with it. I don't know where these things were buried. If they're in the school ground, I have no idea. But making a time capsule is awesome. So let's just say you're in your forever home. Picture and imagine. You're in your forever home, and you and your family, or you by yourself, do a time capsule, and you bury it in the backyard, okay? And some kind of way you mark somewhere on the calendar to remind you, let's just say in 29 years, because 29 days goes so fast, in 29 years you have that time capsule that you can pull out and you can see if you either accomplished or those things came to pass or whatever. I think that would be a really fun activity, just simply because I remember when my kids did it. What about either creating or attending a leap year party. Everybody wear green. The whole theme is green. Everything is jumping, leaping. You could even use frogs because we know they leap frog. Just for kids, they could do if somebody had like a bunch of kids or a homeschool situation for little kids, they could do it theme around the leapfrog program that's out there that teaches the kids to read and all that stuff. So I thought that would be really, 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 really fun. So you could travel to a destination that you've always dreamed of or that you've never been to. Like I'm going to Palestine, Texas to ride on the steam train. That's something I have never done before. I've gone through Palestine, never stopped in Palestine. So that's something that I'm accomplishing, and I'm going to have a really great time doing it, just kind of minding my business. You can learn a new skill on that day. I have a good associate who is also a client of mine who is also in my travel group, and she said that she's buying herself a sewing machine and she's going to start sewing. I'm so happy for her because I wish it was me. I wish I could know how to sew. I wish everything that I wore was from my own hand and my own creation. I don't know how to sew, so that's not going to, happen for me right now. But you could volunteer on that day and just kind of show, your volunteerism that you love to do. You could host a leap day party outside and kind of take in nature, green grass, green trees, leaf frog, whatever. You could set or achieve a goal. So set a goal or achieve a goal that you've been trying to achieve. You could plan a proposal. My daughter has a friend who's getting married. She's getting a proposal coming up in February, and I'm excited about that for that young lady. You could create a whole room in your house that reminds you of something you did for leap year. You could take a leap of faith and do something, a leap of faith that symbolizes something for that day. So when the next 4 years comes, you can say, you know what, I did that. There's going to be probably a lot of leap year events that you could tap into. Go on Eventbrite, go on Meetup, do all that, and you could probably find your tribe. Yes, Seth Godin's word, find your tribe. You could reflect on some goals that you're going to be setting, and they say people set goals for the first of the year, and by the time the first of the year comes, they've already reneged on those goals. Don't let that be you. So whatever goals you set, I'm hoping that you meet those goals. But those were just some ideas and some thoughts from me of how you could make your 2024 leap year special. I am excited about mine. I hope that you get excited about yours. Let's take 2024 and just make it everything that we know we can make it. You should already be living your best life. So I'm not going to say best life ever, best year ever, best, but you should already be doing that every day you wake up. I'm going to tell you right now, every day I wake up, I say to myself, this day is going to be the day that I have planned to make myself happy, make myself smile, associate with people I want to be around, and not that I have to be around or have to tolerate or anything like that. And so I just stopped doing those type of things years ago because I realized that it chips away at my happiness, it chips away at my joy, it chips away at my excitement that I wake up with every day. Like, I am a self-motivated person. And all that means is I motivate myself with the positive things I keep around me, the positive words I keep in my head, the positive words that I speak when I speak to myself. Yes, every day I speak to myself. The things that I do that moves the needle forward to keep me in, quote, air quotes, in my happy place, in my happy space. I have disconnected myself from a lot of people that are not moving forward, that keep talking the talk but are not literally walking the walk. So if they said, walk a day in my shoes, I would be, no thank you, those don't fit me, it's not my size. I would have to say that because there's nothing that people that I've disconnected from are doing that shows that motivation. I was reading something yesterday, and it said, according to my life number, which is the number 7, that the way that we continue to be happy and continue to have everything that we need is by acting and doing the things that we create in our own head. When I tell you that was such a confirmation for me as I talk to myself as I ask myself questions. And it's so funny when you ask yourself a question out loud. It is so funny how quickly the answer will come to you. I cannot explain the science of any of it. I'm just telling you what works for me. But leap year is more than just an extra day. It's a day that you can actually make memorable. It's a day that you can actually make decisions, like all those things that you may have been saying, oh, I'll get to it when, I'll figure it out this time, I'll do it later, I'll do this, I'll do that, but you haven't actually taken action on it. It could be a time for action for you. Listen, we have come out of 3 years. Three. 1, 2, 3. 3 years of getting ourselves together. We have come out of 3 years of seeing a lot of truths. We've come out of 3 years surviving. We've come out of 3 years with our eyes. I hope your eyes are open to whatever they need to be open to. I'm not talking about anything specific. I'm saying to whatever your eyes need to be open to, okay? And I just wouldn't even understand why you wouldn't want your eyes to be open, because there's just so much to, take in, okay? Now, when I look up all the leap year dates, we just had one 4 years ago, of course, but we have leap year date for 2024, which is going to always be February the 29th. But, so listen, you have 2024, you have 2028. So in case you just decide this year, I don't catch on, I don't understand. You have 2024, you have 2028, you have 2032. When I see these numbers, I'm just like, you don't even understand how fast they're going to get here. Like, we just did it in 2020. Okay? A month before, this whole entire country was shut down. Okay? So 2024, 2028, 2032, 2036, 2040, 2044, 2048. I'm going to stop there, because I'm just trying to tell you, it's always on February the 29th. So if you ever look at a calendar and I just gave you the dates, I'll give them to you again. 2024, February 29th every year. 2024, 2028, 2032, 2036, 2040, 2044, 2048. Now, I'm going to take those dates and I'm going to create whole situations around those dates, because let me tell you something. 2029 is on a Thursday, so I'll probably go to Palestine on maybe Wednesday or Thursday and come back like that Friday or Saturday. I just want to kind of explore that area, so it'll be like a weekend thing. It's going to be on Tuesday the 29th the following year, Sunday the 29th the next one, and Friday the 29th of that day. So I'm going to screenshot that as well, because I want to get my activities together. I like challenges and fun and things like that. So to be a leap year, the year number must be divided by 4, except for the end of the century. Years which are divisible by 400. This means that the year 2000, of course, was a leap year, although 1900 was not. Okay? So that's kind of like the way it works, and we have to remember that on this planet Earth, there are systems put in place to make certain things be as they may. And so I have always had in my mind, you can either create excitement around something, or you can just completely ignore it. Ignoring things really doesn't work, because think about it. Think about that thing that you've been wanting to do for so long. So let's say in 2015 you wanted to do a thing and you didn't do it, and it haunted you and haunted you. And all I mean by haunting you is it came back in your sleep, it came back in your thoughts. You just could not shake it off. Shake it off, shake it off. Ooh, ooh. But anyway, you could not shake it off. 2017, it came back in your mind, and you're like, oh my goodness, I need to XYZ. I should have already XYZ. I've seen 40 other people who XYZ. I did not do my XYZ. Now I am so far behind. Or I'm feeling a fear of missing out on my thoughts, my actions, whatever. 2019, you're like, you know what, I really should do that thing, and you didn't do that thing. I'm telling you, when a thing is something you're supposed to do, a thing is something you're supposed to accomplish, a thing is something that continues to haunt you, I'm telling you, it's your thing. There is a thing for me that came across my spirit within me in 2018, and I have not let it go. And when I say not let it go, I don't mean I keep revisiting. What I'm saying is I keep believing it as a truth. So all I'm saying to you mothers and daughters is take 2024 and make it a new thing. Do a new thing. See a new thing. Create a new thing. Participate in a new thing. Develop a new thing. Try a new thing. February 29th, 2024 is leap year. I can't wait to hear what y'all decide to do, and I can't wait to show you what I'm going to be doing. That's all I have to say about leap year 2024. And that's my show for today. Bye. Happy leap year 2024.